Alright, gather close, because the story I'm about to tell you, it's a chilling whisper from the heart of the Ural Mountains, a mystery that has baffled investigators and fueled nightmares for decades. Imagine this: 9 experienced hikers vanished into the frozen wilderness, their final moments a terrifying, inexplicable puzzle. And a question that echoes through the snow-laden peaks: what drove them to tear their tent apart from the inside and flee into the sub-zero night? The Dyatlov Pass Incident. The name itself sends shivers down the spine. It was February 1959. A group of seasoned skiers, led by Igor Dyatlov, embarked on a trek through the treacherous Ural Mountains. Their goal: to reach Otorten Mountain, a peak shrouded in local lore. But they never reached their destination. The first sign of trouble came when they failed to send a prearranged telegram. A search party was dispatched, venturing into the unforgiving landscape. And what they found, it was a scene that defied logic, a tableau of terror frozen in time. Their tent, ripped open from the inside, lay half buried in the snow. Footprints, bare or sock-clad, led away from the campsite, down the slope towards the tree line. But then, the footprint stopped, as if the hikers had simply disappeared. The searchers followed the trail, their hearts pounding in the icy silence. And what they discovered next, it was a horror that defied explanation. 2 bodies, found beneath a cedar tree, their clothing tattered, their skin a disturbing shade of orange. Then, more bodies scattered across the landscape, each one bearing injuries that were both gruesome and perplexing. One hiker's skull was fractured, another's ribs were crushed. And then, the most unsettling detail of all, some of the victims' eyes were missing, and one woman's tongue. The investigators were baffled. The injuries were not consistent with animal attacks or avalanches. They were internal, as if caused by an immense, unknown force. And the lack of external wounds only deepened the mystery. The atmosphere in the investigation was thick with dread. The local Montse people, indigenous to the area, spoke of strange lights in the sky, of a powerful, unseen force that resided in the mountains. They called it Dead Mountain, a place where even the bravest dared not tread. But here's the twist. The initial investigation concluded that the hikers died from hypothermia. But the injuries, the missing eyes, the missing tongue, they didn't fit the narrative. They were too bizarre, too inexplicable. Let's delve into the details. The tent, ripped open from the inside. Imagine the sheer terror, the absolute panic that would drive someone to tear their shelter apart in the middle of a blizzard. And the footprints, leading away into the darkness, into the biting cold. Why would they leave their tent, their only source of warmth and shelter, in such a state of desperation? The theories began to swirl, like the snow around the mountain peaks. Some spoke of a military experiment gone wrong, of secret weapons testing in the area. Others whispered of a paranormal encounter, of an unseen force that had claimed the lives of the hikers. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. The radiation detected on some of the clothing. Not high levels, but enough to raise questions. Was it coincidence, or a chilling clue to a hidden truth? And then, the strange orange hue of their skin, a detail that defies medical explanation. What could have caused such a bizarre discoloration? Was it a chemical reaction, or something far more sinister? The psychological element here is crucial. Imagine the mindset of the hikers. Experienced, seasoned adventurers. They were not easily frightened. Yet, something so terrifying drove them to abandon their tent in the middle of the night. The sheer terror, the absolute panic, it's palpable in the evidence. The ripped tent, the scattered belongings, the bare footprints in the snow. It's a scene of utter chaos, of a desperate flight for survival. But here's the cliffhanger. A piece of evidence, often overlooked, a small, seemingly insignificant detail. A camera found among the belongings. In the final frame, a blurry, indistinct image captured moments before their demise. An image that has fueled countless theories and whispered speculations. What did that final frame capture? Was it a glimpse of their attacker? A fleeting image of a strange light in the sky? Or something else entirely? Something that defies human comprehension? The theories, they are endless. Some believe it was an avalanche, a sudden, violent force that swept them away. But the lack of debris, the lack of evidence, it doesn't quite fit. Others believe it was a military experiment, a secret test gone horribly wrong. But the lack of official acknowledgement, the lack of concrete proof, leaves us in the dark. And then, there are those who believe it was something otherworldly, something beyond human understanding, a force that resides in the shadows of the Ural Mountains. The psychological impact of the incident is undeniable. It shattered the illusion of safety in the wilderness. It proved that even the most experienced adventurers can be vulnerable to the unknown. It planted a seed of fear, a lingering question that continues to haunt us. And the mystery deepens. Consider the silence, the lack of definitive answers, the absence of a clear explanation. It's as if the truth is buried beneath the snow, hidden in the shadows of the mountains. But here's the kicker, the human element, the sheer horror of their final moments, the desperate flight for survival, the chilling realization that they were facing something beyond their control. And the question remains, why? Why did they die in such a bizarre and inexplicable way? Was it a natural disaster, a human error, or something far more sinister? Let's look at the psychology of fear, the human response to the unknown, the primal instinct to flee from danger. And in the case of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, the danger was something unseen, something intangible. The fear, the dread, it's palpable in the evidence. The ripped tent, the scattered belongings, the bare footprints in the snow. It's a testament to the sheer terror they must have felt. But here's the final twist, the chilling question that lingers in the air. What if their deaths were not an accident? What if they were deliberately targeted? What if they stumbled upon something they were never meant to see? The silence, the unanswered questions, the lingering mystery. It's a testament to the power of the unknown. It's a reminder that some secrets, some mysteries, are meant to remain buried in the snow. So, I ask you, what do you believe? Was it an avalanche, a military experiment, or something else entirely? Something that defies human comprehension? The answer, it remains elusive, a chilling enigma that continues to haunt us. But one thing is certain, the Dyatlov Pass Incident. It's a story that will forever whisper in the shadows of the Ural Mountains, a chilling reminder of the unknown that lurks in the heart of the wilderness.